Café Gabe's sweet potato soup. I know, soup in this heat index? But just hear me out. Try this soup. When the winter months come, you'll be glad you did. It will warm your soul in a way my cold words never could. Sweet potato soup, huh? It's just wonderful. Now, I think I've made it pretty clear over the catalog of my videos. I love sweet potatoes. Roasted, mashed, steamed, toasted, baked, fried. There's no really wrong way for me to go about it, honestly. But putting it in a soup, a more often than not savory dish, is just a wonderful way to mix that sweet and savory flavor. The sweetness of the potatoes blends so well with the savoriness of the stock, spices, and herbs that we're going to use. Hollow you out a little bread bowl, buy you a little baby bowl somewhere, pop that soup right in there, serve it to your guests, and you're gonna have a happy party, I promise you. So, if you are ready to say, to hell with seasonal conventions, I am here to sip and sup sweet, savory succulence. This is the recipe for you. Let's give it a shot. Okay, first step, I've got the oven preheating to 425. We need to roast these sweet potatoes super tender before we're able to do anything with them even close to soupy. So I have 4 medium-sized sweet potatoes. These come out to about 2 pounds in total. I would say that's a good way to start. Very simple, very easy. Gonna just poke them to heck and back, up and down with my fork. Okay, my last one. Now, a very thin, small, lean, light veneer of olive oil. I'm literally going to just dollop on a bit here, over the other ones, see if it catches, and then just rub it in. Well, no big deal. If anyone saw my Thanksgiving sandwich video, it's the same concept. I'm putting it on my baking sheet, and these are gonna literally just sit in the oven. It's really hard to overcook these. They will certainly burn, don't get me wrong, but ultimately, those in the oven and you just have time to maybe record another recipe, maybe to prep all your veggies. I would say get everything ready to go. You have all the time in the world to do so. And then you won't have to wait too long between potatoes being done and food on the table. So, okay, these are ready to go in the oven. I'm gonna just throw them in there once the oven is preheated. In the meantime, we'll start prepping our veggies. So, here we go. All right, guys, potatoes are done. Let me do the fork test for you. No resistance. Skin is well separated from the flesh. These bad boys are ready. I am going to carefully twist off the ends just to get the end pieces off. I don't know what it is about end pieces on potatoes. I just don't want them. That being said, I am going to keep the skins. I like potato skins. Not everybody's thing. I am using an immersion blender ultimately, so keeping the skins on isn't going to affect the consistency of the soup ultimately. But I will say, it will be very important that I mash this very fine, that I tear up the skin into shreds. So to do that, I'm actually going to use a fork and a knife to really get in here. But in the meantime, I'm gonna just throw these bad boys right into a bowl. Hopefully y'all can see, aye! Hopefully y'all can see, aye! Aye! There we go. Oh my goodness. I got my fork, got my knife. In here, I'm gonna just start shredding and cutting and shredding. Be merciless. Be dangerous. You don't owe these potatoes anything. They are bought and paid for. We just want that nice, good texture, good flavor. Ooh, look at that steam. Okay, it is combining time. I've got my induction stovetop here, my favorite, and my large Dutch oven. I prefer to do it this way, but again, you can just use your convection, your electric stovetop, gas stovetop, big pot, whatever. Ultimately, you just want to have a big pot because it's going to make a lot of soup. All right, so I'm going to set this to a medium temperature, give that a few seconds to heat, and start by adding in our butter. Okay, that butter is melted, so I'm going to throw in my veggies. Let these saute for about 5 minutes. Again, with our immersion blender, everything will ultimately mix together. However, we don't cut corners at Café Gabe unless it's something semplice. We keep things moving. Okay, getting nice and tender. Let's go ahead and throw in our herbs and spices and stir those around for just about a minute. Just about a minute. Oh, some fresh ginger, some fresh garlic, cumin, cinnamon. We are in business. All right, now we can start adding our stock and our coconut milk. Yes. Good stuff. Get that stirred together. And I want to bring this to a simmer. Once I've got it at that simmer, I'm going to let it sit there for maybe 5-10 minutes. Just let everything kind of mix together. Then we'll throw in our potatoes and begin our immersion. Here we go. Okay, this has been sitting here for about 10 minutes, nice and hot. Let's go ahead and throw in our potato puree. Okay, I'm left-handed, so this is going to be extra hard to capture on film. This is the struggle of us lefties. The world just doesn't have any patience for us. The name of the game is going to be immersion. We want immersion. Don't worry about all those chunks you see floating, the onion, the celery, the potato. As long as we have that immersion blender, we are good. Now again, you can do this in batches in a blender. You can do this in batches and probably a food processor all the same. It does take more time. You know, it's worth the investment if you don't have one. All soups that you make like this will be better when immersed in a blend. For anyone who might be unfamiliar how this works, at least mine has just got 2 buttons. Pretty simple. I'm gonna just go in, up, should take a couple of minutes. It might kind of get stuck sometimes. Just let go of the button. It'll unclog itself, keep going. Here we go. We're making some good progress. I've just dropped the temperature down to about a medium low. Let it go, shake it out, keep going. But oh man, we are in business here. So I've killed the heat. I'm gonna do this last maybe 30 seconds with no heat on. No floating chunks, nothing like that. A nice puree of potato, coconut milk, veggies, spices. So I like where this is. Gonna take up my blender, detach it. Gonna shake it out a little more. Throw that bad boy in the sink. One little addition I'm going to do right now is add in just a little bit of red pepper. Just to the top. Let's get our bread bowl. So as you can see, I kind of had to MacGyver this bread bowl. The loaf of bread I had was way too big. However, I think we're going to be okay. Look at that goodness. Definitely some soupy. All right, guys, taste test. Got me a nice poppin' hot bowl of soup, sweet potato soup, and my cute little bread bowl. The mint is a garnish. You could throw it in there if you want to, but just I don't want it to be fancy. So let's give this a shot, guys. Bad boy is hot. Oh, yes. This is so freaking good. I made this originally in the colder months, February, January, and I'm like, this is it. I'm good. I'll be vegetarian forever. But in all sincerity, guys, it's the middle of August in Houston, Texas. God help me, it's got to be 90 degrees. I'd make this anyway. Hey, I want that flavor. It's just hard to go wrong with. It's so wholesome. The sweetness of the potatoes, again, is countered by the savoriness of the spices and the salts. And, you know, this bread's a little salty as well, which makes it even better. Anytime, guys. As you can see, the bread bowl is a cute little way of serving it. If the bowl of bread I bought were better, I wouldn't even need the bowl. I would just have a bread bowl. But, guys, as always, a winner. What more can I say? I'm going to have to finish this. Yeah, about that ending. Hello, hi, hello. Updates, news. Regarding the video, yeah, my mic broke. And I had not realized it at the time that it was just garbage audio. So apologies in advance, or apologies in retrospect. Hey, that soup, winner, fantastic. I recorded that video in August. It is now almost December. Definitely recommend this sweet potato soup. It is just perfect cold fall winter weather. You will never regret making that soup if it's a chilly Houston 40 degree day. If it's even colder, hey, all the more reason to make it. Highly recommend. News, updates. So all the other videos I recorded that time in August also have bad audio because this was the first one I did. So my mic moving forward broke. I tried recording it with a different mic, and honestly, I'm not crazy about it. So I have moved, right? I'm in a beautiful new apartment here in Houston with a beautiful kitchen, plenty of space. And you know what? I'm very much compelled to just start from scratch, start recording here again. Now that I have my own kitchen, a nice sized kitchen out of my other apartment, I have plenty of room, time, energy to record, to make content. I'm so sorry. And I keep apologizing for how slow it's been lately, but I promise you, again, for real this time, it's coming. Everything will be improved. I promise that. And except the recipes, because they're already pretty damn good. So, in summation, please try the soup. It is fantastic. Subscribe if you haven't already, because hey, I am loving this. Like the video if you tried the recipe. Leave a comment if you did something different. I can totally see this recipe being done sweeter, spicier, maybe throwing in some different kinds of veggies as whole chunks. Hey, do you? I'm very curious to see what you guys can come up with. On top of that, look forward to new content, new videos, new everything. Guys, as always, thank you so much for coming to Café Gabe. Bienvenue à le Café Gabe nouveau, and I will see you all very soon.